CaveFam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we're back with another video. I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ears off. My parents are about an hour away. I gotta record this video. I gotta edit this video. I gotta upload this video. So I ain't gonna talk your guys' ears off. But stick around to the end, y'all. A little tip for anybody out there with that copyright disclaimer that I had at the beginning of my video. Stick around for the end for that. But hey, I ain't gonna talk your guys' ears off. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction. Enjoy the show.
Sources that this book is from 1589. It is a book on demonology, written by none other than James the First, or King James, the man who would have the Bible print that carries his name. He wrote a book on demonology and witchcraft in 1589.
Have y'all heard this about King James? King James was into witchcraft. So I Googled it. This is the first thing that came up. King James sought to prove the existence of witchcraft to other Christians through biblical teachings. Demonology.
You mentioned Obama, so this is an interesting little question I always throw people. Interesting if you guys know the answer. How many immigrants, illegal immigrants, did Barack Obama deport in his 8 years as president?
Oh, I don't know.
Have a guess.
No clue.
No clue. Interesting, right? You don't know.
I mean, I know it was a lot, but I don't know the exact number.
Have a guess.
Oh, I don't know.
Give me a number.
I actually have read that it's more than Trump.
Give me a number.
I really don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
8 years. 8 years. How many?
I don't know.
How many people did he physically have deported in 8 years?
I have no idea.
Well, give me a number. You don't want it, do you?
No, I really don't know. I really don't know even where to begin. I don't know if it's tens of thousands, millions. I don't know where to begin.
Millions.
But I've read that it was more
the
than
answer
Trump.
is over 3 million. He was known as deporter-in-chief by Mexicans.
Yes. And that was more than Trump did.
He deported way more than Trump.
I
He
read
deported way more pro rata than any president in history. Who dropped the most bombs in a calendar year in American history?
Oh, come on. President Barack Obama.
Barack Obama,
Yeah,
right? Including drone programs and so on, right? Who got elected in 08-09 on shutting down Guantanamo Bay? Because as a former lawyer, he believed it was an illegal institution.
President
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
What is still open today?
Guantanamo Bay.
Correct, right? Etc., etc., etc. So I know that the general thing is Obama angel, Trump devil.
Right.
But if you actually apply the scrutiny that we give Trump, put it this way: if Trump had deported 3 million people, you think you guys wouldn't know that answer? Of course you would, right? Nobody knows that answer because nobody thought that way about Saint Barack. And I think that he wasn't Saint Barack, and Trump isn't the devil. Trump has a more devilish way of talking, but he is allowed to run again. And in fact, he can be convicted of a crime before the election and still be allowed to run as president.
That's insanity.
And he could actually go to prison and still be president of the United States constitutionally from a prison cell.
All I'm going to say is my girlfriend works for the immigration court. She's been there 15 years. So she was there during the Barack presidency, right? So I passed 3 presidents: Barack, Trump, Biden. The worst was Biden. Obama. Said Trump was the best with the immigration that she deals with, because she deals with all these Venezuelans coming in, these Somalians, these people from all over the world, right? She's dealing with that on a daily basis, and she said Trump was the best out of everybody. It's not her being a Trump supporter. That's just her saying, hey, I've been here. These are the facts. Trump was the best.
Okay, guys, we might have a problem here. This is 9/4/2024.
Christmas, dog. That's all.
I'm at Walmart, and there's shipping containers in the parking lot.
You got
We're
that in mind,
nowhere
too.
near Black Friday, and the problem is these are military collar containers with military writing on them. I think they might be getting ready, guys.
Christmas.
Fourth dimensional beings cast a three-dimensional shadow on Earth, and I can prove it scientifically, bitch.
Okay, you have to watch this video. This is a perfect explanation of how we see shadow people in our three-dimensional space. These beings are fourth dimensional beings that are casting three-dimensional shadows. Just like us being three-dimensional beings, we cast a two-dimensional shadow. Einstein says you need to describe where you are not only in a three-dimensional space, but also in time, what time you are in. And that's the fourth dimension. That's the dimension that three-dimensional beings like us, we can't touch. At least we can't see into yet. But she describes this perfectly. Go watch this video. But let's take it a step further. Let's take it one dimension down. A comic book page is a two-dimensional medium. Now let's say that we're able to stick an object into that comic book medium and interact with it. Now what's that two-dimensional being like Superman or Spider-Man going to see? If we stick a pen into their reality, they're going to see that, but it's not the whole object. Maybe we'll stick it in this way. Maybe I should stop saying stick it in. But you get my point. They're not seeing the entire picture, just like we're not seeing the entire picture of the Hat Man or the Shadow People. So let's take it one step up. So us being in the third dimension, what do we see if a fourth dimensional being sticks an object into our dimension? I gotta quit saying this. We see something like this. Yeah. Go watch this video. She makes a perfect point. So all this talk of 4 dimensions, how many dimensions are there out there? Well, according to science, somewhere between 10 and 26.
Can you imagine what those are?
Damn it, man.
Can you imagine what the 26th dimension is? Because your guys' favorite, right? Your favorite person on the planet, Neil deGrasse Tyson, said Monsters, Inc. got the 4th dimension the best, right? That's how the 4th dimension would be, how Monster Inc. was when they'd walk through a door. They're in our dimension, right? Something like that. That was a little joke for you guys. I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know. I like him on Joe Rogan's podcast. That's the only place I've really seen him. I like when he's on there and him and Joe go at it. But can you imagine what the 26th dimension is? If the 4th dimension is like that? Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Could you possibly gaslight me enough
I know I'm going to get so much hate comments for that Neil deGrasse Tyson comment.
to go along with you on this?
They cannot seem to grasp the fact that the party that they believed in is now doing the inverse of everything they signed up for.
Exactly.
Because the New York Times rephrases everything so it seems like the values are still there. And if you're not a New York Times reader, you can barely figure out what these people are talking about.
Did you see the article that I posted on my Instagram that's a title of a New York Times article for today?
Which one?
Jamie, pull this up. I want Brett to see this so you know this is real. This is an actual New York Times article. The Constitution is sacred. Is it also dangerous?
Right.
One of the biggest threats to American politics might be the country's founding document. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
One of the biggest threats to America's politics might be one of the greatest documents that any country was ever founded on, if not the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a threat to America's politics. What politics are we talking about? Like what? How could you possibly gaslight me enough to go along with you on this?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's on the one hand completely predictable, right?
Right.
Because there's obviously an authoritarian force there that just grinds its teeth at night over the Constitution and the fact that it prevents it from doing things that it just wants to do last week, you know?
Fountain of Youth. I think this is it says Rocky Mountain. Don't look like Colorado. Might be Colorado.
So I know that a lot of us are still getting used to the idea of drones being capable of delivering payloads of thermite over enemy positions on the battlefield, but there's more footage coming out today of the same thing. And it looks kind of like what you would picture a fairy from Zelda, A Link to the Past, flying over, positions, dropping its hot, fiery fairy dust all over your battle position. It is par for the course when it comes to technology, that people are going to find new and creative ways to employ that technology to give them an advantage on the battlefield. And I think that in the coming days, weeks, months, years, we're going to continue to see more innovative ways of people using drones to do things that they don't necessarily need a human person to be there employing. Because at the end of the day, why put yourself in harm's way doing something when you can just send a drone out that costs you a few $100 and do the same thing with that? It'll be interesting to see more footage of this coming out in the coming days.
So I know I live in Sedona.
Oh, Sedona.
Right? The clouds are so crazy here that you just look at them and some days you're just like, is that even real? Because they look like creatures. But what I'm about to show you isn't just about creatures. It's something else in the clouds that is not the sun and it's not the moon. Check this out. There's the sun, obviously, right there. There's the sun. Bright, yep, and white. Like I don't remember it, but what is that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that right there? That's not the moon. Okay, and it's not a reflection on my camera. I'll show you. There's another picture. This was last week. Okay, again, there's the sun. Right there. There's the sun. All right, and what is that? What the fuck is that? I mean, it looks like holographic plasma or one of those LED lights. It's the weirdest thing. And look at that. Look at it. It's like a tongue. It's like a dragon's tongue. It's like a jellyfish. It's I don't even know. And now look at this. Okay, wait. Right here. Yeah. What is that? Look, it's a bear. It's a bear. It's a freaking bear. Look at the ears. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. And it's a bear. It's a bear. All right. Now wait. Check this out. If you turn it around, right? Look at this. What is that? It's like the Monopoly Man with a mustache and a monocle. Okay, that is like an armadillo. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. It's a creepy. It's like an eagle meets an armadillo. And then if you just like turn it on its side, check this out. Again, look. What is that? It's right there. Okay, guys, what is that? You've got to tell me. You've got to tell me what that is. This is here in Sedona last week. And my friend saw it too. He took a bunch of pictures. So let me see. Yeah, right there. There it is. Try to get close up on it. Right there. What is it? Again, it's not the moon. The moon was on the other side and it wasn't even full. So if anybody has any idea, please write it in the comments because I think we're getting invaded.
Everywhere.
To be honest with you guys, I just posted that video because of Sedona. I love Sedona. My second home. I felt like I was in Sedona for a little bit. That's why I posted it.
Set up everywhere. All over. They're getting ready, man, because they know what's coming. Hazmat operations. You see this? This is all New York City Fire Department. Oh, yeah. You see this shit happening, man. They preparing for something big.
Looks like
Manhattan Borough Command, right here. See that? All you're seeing is military around, too.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Got this weird series of flashing lights that's just been stationary and invisible from our backyards, and they're flashing the same pattern and just hanging out in one spot. We have not seen them move, and we've been out here about 10 minutes now. Tell me that doesn't look like a giant triangle-shaped craft.
Yeah, it does. Check this out, y'all, in Vegas.
I mean, that's unmistakable.
What the heck is that?
Above the world famous sapphire, there is something in the sky.
What the heck is that? Look at that.
I've never seen anything like this in the sky.
It's like a video game.
I don't think anybody.
Legos.
I mean, everybody's out here.
It's a trip.
There's a UFO.
That's crazy.
We're here at the world famous sapphire in Las Vegas.
technology, y'all. Those are the damn aliens. They've been showing themselves forever, right? We've been seeing whales. Those are the aliens.
How can they be so proficient at like distracting and stoking the culture war and so seemingly inefficient at everything else? Like, which government is doing it? We talk nonstop about how inefficient government is, but the way that you've described it, they've masterfully manipulated us for the last, 30 decades, 40, 50?
I would think they're efficient at getting
I think they're very efficient. I think the government is inefficient model is based off of faulty assumption. So when people say government's inefficient, it's almost like, well, look, they took over healthcare, but they're not delivering good healthcare at a reasonable price. And you're like, go look at Obamacare. The profits for the giant insurance companies skyrocketed.
Just not
they're
for
incredibly
us.
efficient. You're assuming
For the people
that
they
their
serve.
stated goal is their actual goal.
This is interesting.
They're the most efficient. Like, what were the Nazis efficient at killing Jews? I mean, there's nothing more efficient than government. It's just always for evil.
Yeah.
So that.
Do you think they've lost control of the PSYOP?
Yeah, I think.
What does that mean, Mark?
Like, if you're suggesting, which I'm with you here, is that like this is effectively a CIA operation to create a culture war to distract from like the actual class struggle?
Check this out, y'all. Does anybody know what's going on over here? This is at the border of California and Mexico. This is literally at the border, y'all. Y'all see what this helicopter is doing? Now, I'm not going to act like I know what this is because I got to be careful on this app, but this is a high pressure, whatever this is. This is extremely high pressure. You see the people running away, y'all. Look at that. And they don't care that the people are down there. Like, and check this out. There's actually two of them. Look at this. Look, there's actually another one on the other side. So if this one is spraying this street, was the other one spraying the other side? And what's going on with helicopters spraying things as of late? Remember this one in Florida just last week with these drones in the back of it? This blue chemical, whatever substance it might be. And that was in broad daylight too. Now for the ones that were saying that was a gender reveal, what about this? There's like no color, there's no pink, there's no blue to it. All you see is this white smoke, whatever this might be. So yeah, anybody that was in that area, please let us know what is going on here. Specifically when there's multiple helicopters doing this thing. Like, that is beyond weird, y'all. What is going on?
If you look at the Grand Canyon, I've heard there's a lot of things that have been found within the Grand Canyon. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, we've heard about, for example, a massive cache, really elaborate, wonderful gold treasure that was found in the Grand Canyon that actually got hijacked by George Bush Sr., that he loaded it all up in a train and took it to an underground base. We also have, of course, the Smithsonian Institution was confiscating giant skeletons. They were finding giant skeletons in these mounds all over America. When Lewis and Clark went out and started to discover America, they would often find these mounds as they were going along, and when you would dig into the mounds, there would be giant skeletons inside, and then the Smithsonian just so happened to confiscate these giant skeletons.
Jim Carrey stayed in room 217 while they were filming Dumb and Dumber. And this one is creepy. So It is reported that he stayed in this room for 3 hours and then he left the hotel abruptly.
Really?
And did not come back and refused to talk about what happened to him in the room.
What?
Yeah.
I
So
did not hear about this.
yeah, so I don't know why, but like the only thing I can think of is he had a big personality at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like sometimes the idea of like someone challenging a ghost or trying to instigate, like, I don't know,
Right.
maybe that's what happened.
Every single one of these buildings got flooded. All that light brick on that right there, that's all dried, caked on mud. This is all dried, caked on mud. You see how there's 9 blocks right here? This one has 2, and then over here it has 3. There's another 6 that go down with a foundation and a date. These people who built these structures put dates right on the front. There's going to be in the ground right on the left-hand side, another 2 columns down. You can see this looks like mud at a beach. This is all sand that got dried and caked on. These line structures right here are where they chipped it off on these blocks. Right? You can see right here where it got knocked off and they chiseled a flat line into it. This is a whole entire another layer on the face of this. All these line marks right here, and right here, that's all the chisel marks from where they tried to reshape it. That's where the mud was caked on. You can see it forms a layer like a shell. Starts to fall off over hundreds of years. Just look at this door alone. That's a 4-foot door. That wasn't a door, that's a window. If I stand back where they put this ramp in, they built all this up right here. You can see it. They put these little dates on here. This is not the original date. This whole building got flooded out and they reset the place. Look.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it, right?
Caked on sediment. Those markings on these columns, these are all chisel marks. They chisel and reshape the sediment that was on the structure. This is where it falls off. This is all literally dried sand on here. All of these pieces. You can see where they chisel it off.
It looks abandoned. I wonder why he wouldn't go and just try to dig in the back, right? Try to dig 4 or 5 feet and see if it goes down and if there's windows down there or something. I would. Looks like there ain't nothing to do out in that town.
But I don't see myself being queen of this country.
Cannon.
I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into, because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
Why do you think they've decided that?
Because I do things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book. Because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
Cannon.
That was her death wish right there. I was little when all that happened, so I didn't see all this stuff, but she looked like she was crying out for help and was terrified saying that in that interview. Look at that crazy sky.
You see it.
I hope this isn't real, but it's scary.
What is it? Like they literally see it?
It's scary, bro. Here, look. So this guy is in sleep paralysis and he's been having sleep paralysis so many times throughout the week. So he decides, okay, I'm gonna get one of those cameras that can see beyond. It's one of those
like
cameras that can thermal. Yeah. And it will be able to show if anything's there, trying to catch a ghost or whatever. Because he's like, why am I always having sleep paralysis? Because it always feels like somebody's pressing on my chest. Usually that's what people feel whenever they have it. Look at this video.
The guy's going like this.
Right here.
Sleep paralysis is something I'm certain each and every one of you has experienced at least once
you see it?
in your life.
Yo. So you can see his chest
Raise it up
moving
a little bit for you guys.
As you can see,
and then there's like
there
a
is
figure.
another
It's like a
signature
translucent
captured
figure,
on the thermal
and it's right on top of his chest, and it's
right
pushing
on
him,
top
and then
of
he
the
wakes up
sleeping
after.
individual. This mysterious
close by, y'all.
But you can see that's why everyone feels like pressing on the chest,
and seemingly strangling him.
because that's how it's described usually too.
Have you ever been to Teotihuacan? Something really interesting happened to me there. This guy whose nickname was Gorilla giving us this wonderful tour, and he goes, wait right here. and we're in this giant square. He runs down this dirt mountain about, I don't know, say 150 feet away, 200 feet away, and he goes, "Can you hear me?" And it was like, oh my God, I could hear him. He goes, "This square was built with these mountains here to be able to speak at this voice to 250,000 people. There's these sort of things." And I said, "What are these?" And he said, "They're reflection ponds." And I'd never considered that you don't look at the stars by going, but that really you look down and you mark. So in 7 years, when it comes around again, you're like, pattern. Much like the Great Pyramids that are really, in the shape of Orion's belt, exactly. Like, how did those people know how to make that?
Josh Hom thinks that ancient Aztec societies had advanced inherited knowledge passed down from even older, unknown civilizations. Where did they learn this from? How did they know? Follow for more forbidden histories.
I want you to Google the temperature of the moon. Okay, they had their big bulky gloves on. They took these cameras and just go, "Hey, what camera is that from 1969 that was able to survive temperatures of like 250 degrees Fahrenheit to like negative 250 degrees Fahrenheit, just like on the moon while they were just like jumping around?" And you're gonna go, "Where's this camera?" Then Google's gonna tell you, "Oh, actually, they only made 8 of those cameras, and they decided to give them, you're gonna love this, to a guy who makes movies, Stanley Kubrick."
Oh, he has them?
A movie director. He got them. So we can't look at those. That technology's been lost.
Yeah,
Stanley
yeah,
Kubrick, though, used it when he shot the movie 2 years prior. It's like, he obviously shot this like fake set moon landing. Why would you give them to him?
Like,
do you know who he was friends with?
Who was he friends with?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You don't know this. So he was friends with Jack Parsons, who established the Apollo program for NASA. Those two were friends. They were out in LA, and they literally worshipped Satan. They were both Aleister Crowley recipients, so they were considered, the religion was called Thelema. Aleister Crowley was a Satanist, the most well-known Satanist of the time.
1968. That's the Pope. That's Pope Pius IX. That's an army. This is a picture that the Vatican would not like you to see. That is 1571, I believe. There's 200 warships there. You know who owns those warships? They're on their way to fight against Turkey in 1571 in Crusade. That's the Pope's. Look at those ships. That's only a part of the Navy. That has morphed into the US Navy, the Pentagon. They're still doing it. The Inquisition's on, man. It's George Bush and his buddies. They're going for the Pope.
Yeah, the
Gotta
only
edit
hardcore
that.
thing is that there is an extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that section. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion?
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers.
Soul.
Maybe containers of soul. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers. And that's how we're mentioned in the document. That religion was specifically created so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the container.
Take a balloon. Another thing that kills gravity. Gravity is supposed to be the greater the mass is the greater the attractor. You take a balloon, you rub it on your leg, you put it over the ground. Watch the dust particles jump off the ground, off this big mass called the Earth, and jump onto that balloon. Because why? Electricity is 137 times stronger than the pull of gravity, or the effects of the so-called gravity. It's the electric force that's the attractive force. It's the electric force that tightens everything together as the masculine, and then the dividing force is the radiative force, the magnetic field. It ablates and pushes everything out, and then they collect together again. But where these things meet, at the proper angles of incidence, like the Birkeland currents talked about, those plasma currents talked about, those angles of incidence is at 120 degrees when it converts it back into electricity, and it will keep collecting and coming and making life. The planet isn't a dead thing. It didn't just happen to come together. That's just the process by which it was given life. It's alive.
Holy, oh my God.
All right, family. There you have today's reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry I didn't talk much. Got a lot on my mind. My parents are 15 minutes away right now. I still got to edit the video and all that, but we got it done, y'all. We got it done. But I wanted to tell you guys about that disclaimer, y'all. I might have to make a video like this on my second channel because there was no videos out on this, right? Every time you try to type in that ad suitability, I shouldn't even say the word on here, but every time you would try to type that in, it would be some foreign language Indian person talking about it, right? And so thank you to who sent me that, because that really helped out. But I noticed it hit the algorithm big time when I had that disclaimer on here. So I'll always keep that in the holster, right? If you know, if I ever go through that ad blocker again, throw that on because that clears it. But it does affect the algorithm. I was like, there's no way I can go from, you know, 10, 12,000 clip of views of video down to 1,000, 2,000, right? And sure enough, when I took that off and put the green screen back on, you know, we didn't get back up to that 10,000, but we're heading that way, y'all. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. I might have to make a better video on my second YouTube channel because I feel like that can help out a lot of people, because it really stressed me out going through that ad blocker. But anyways, y'all, this is Segovia. I gotta go. Signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow though. All right, everyone, have a good day out there. Later.